Hey friends, I thought I would do a flip of my 2 Hobonichi Weeks planners. Yes, for the month of May. I know it's like mid-June, but I forgot. So yes, I have 2 Hobonichi Weeks planners. One is like my weekly planner that I like to use, and the other is like my health and wellness planner. So let's just start with the weekly planner. If you watch my Plan With Me videos, I'm planning in this planner. This is the Hobonichi Weeks Through the Purple Night. I have it in the black Moterm cover because I had planned to take this with me to Savannah, and then I ended up leaving it at home. And to be honest, I didn't touch a planner or a journal in Savannah. These are so cute. Those are from Tori. So I just have stuff like shoved in here, just cuteness. I don't really change decor a whole lot in here. It doesn't bother me. Okay, yeah, so this is my weekly planner. I just have like some stickers shoved in here that I hope I can use. I just keep forgetting they're in here. My pencil board. This is like the exclusive pencil board that came with this planner. And then this is like this image scanned on, I scanned it into my computer and then printed it on vellum just for decor because I like it. It looks cute. None of this has changed, y'all. This is my, this is like original artwork I created and then just put my name in. I just uploaded it to Canva. Don't use this thing. So this is my book tracker. This is where I just keep track of the count of my books. I have a book log back here. I don't really keep it updated, and I think I'm about to give up on it. I track like what books I read digitally because I just forget. So I like this visual representation that shows me how many books I've already read this year. I read for fun, and I don't read like for complex plots. I really just read to relax and like find a story that I find amusing or enjoyable. And so what I do is I just take like this purple dot marker, put a dot down, and then write what number book that is on the year. My goal is 125. We'll see if I get there. It's not like the end of the world if I don't. So yeah, but I like this method more than like actually writing what books I read down. I just don't have the mental capacity to do that. So y'all, I was doing monthlies in here, and then in May I decorated the monthly, and I never put anything in the monthly pages. If you know, I'm a 2 planner person. I have like the on the go, like everyday carry planner that just goes everywhere with me, that I scribble stuff in, notes, whatever, it's a mess. And then I have like the one that's like neat and organized that I set up weekly. So I don't really have to have a monthly plan in here. And I haven't planned for June. So I don't know. I put some cute stuff in here, but I haven't done anything else. I'm going to quickly flip through my weekly pages. I keep the same structure every week. I feel like I repeat this in every video, but I draw a line down the center of the weekly planning portion, and on the left-hand side, it's appointments, events, kids' sports, that type of thing, like day-specific things, like that I have to be at, or, that I need to be aware of. And then on the right-hand side, I put in like day-specific to-dos. In some capacity, I plan out my workouts in here. This is the only place I plan out my workouts for the most part. And so I over the past like 2 years, maybe 3, I've tried to build like consistency with exercising. And to me, that includes like planning my workouts and having a plan in place and knowing that if I make a commitment to myself, like I'm going to do it unless something comes up unexpected. And then I do some type of habit tracking here. I will sometimes plan out meals, sometimes I don't, and then some form of to-do. And I make it pretty and it's neat and organized, and my brain comprehends this very well, and it is a system that works for me. I do want to point out that this particular planner has the inconsistent Stanzen Tomoe River paper in it. So I've used this pen before in other pages, and it's never bled through like this, like it did on this page. And I think that has been a common frustration for people who have like any planner. It's not specific to Hobonichi, but any planner that has the 52 GSM Stanzen Tomoe River paper, is the quality is just not up to par for what a lot of us expect for these high dollar planners. And it's frustrating. It doesn't bother me too terribly, I guess, to the point that I'm going to stop using it. I paid money for these. Actually, my husband paid money for this. He bought this for me as a gift, and I intend to use this planner. So it is what it is. But I have been having fun like using my fountain pens in here, and I've pretty much exclusively been planning in fountain pens over the past like month and a half. But yeah, this is kind of how the weeks look, and you can see even here, like, the bleed through is really terrible. Like, I think with Tomoe River paper, we expect, and I'll bring it up, we expect that, like, ghosting, but this is not ghosting. This is bleed through. So, yeah, it's kind of frustrating sometimes, but it is what it is. And especially, like, when you use, like, lighter fountain pen inks in here. So I guess, like, if you used a ballpoint, you wouldn't have this issue. But, like, I like writing with fountain pens. It's a pleasurable writing experience, and I want to use them. And this was the last week. And this is when I got the Coffee Monsters Co. things. But all of these, I think, are up on my YouTube channel if you want to check out my plan with me's. I don't think I updated. No, nothing has been updated back here. This is where, like, I have the intention of doing collections, and I don't. I probably, like, the series log, I don't watch a lot of TV, movie log. I have watched movies. I just haven't logged anything. The Dine Out log, y'all, haven't updated it since February. Like, I've been to some really cool restaurants. Like, we've been traveling and stuff. And it would be cool to put them in here, but I haven't. So, it is what it is. And sometimes that's just cool. I haven't updated my reading log. And I'm probably or my book log, not my I guess my book log, but I don't know. And then there's a portion in here that I have a vellum. This is like my artwork. It's an echinacea or coneflower, whatever you want to call it. And I have it pasted in here. And this is supposed to be where my notes are, but there are no notes in here. I tend to note stuff like in my plans by just scribble, and then I have just some like swatching pages. And then I'm not really using the My 100 or anything like that. I don't feel like I fully utilize this planner as I should, but I use it how I need it. And I think that's the beauty of planners is I'm cool with like incomplete pages. Some people don't like that. It doesn't bother me. I'm using it, and usually I like to reference, like, this is like this week, and I like to reference like this page to know what's happening in life, and it's very neat, and my eye catches it easily. So yes, that is my Through the Purple Night weeks. And then so let's talk about, and by the way, this is a Moterm cover, if anyone was asking. I've had this cover for like 5 years. Okay, so this cover, I get a lot of questions about this cover. This is a print impression. I don't think the shop is open, but I bought this on sale for $10. It's not real leather, it's fake leather. And I just bought it because I thought it matched this Liberty Fabrics weeks beautifully. I just have like cards and stickers and nonsense in here. So yeah, this is my health and wellness planner. This is where I track a lot of things. So let's go through that together. This is like my healthy vision board, for 2025, you know, focus on strength, leveling up, kind of like my goals, eating healthy, taking care of my mind, doing things for me. Don't be a quitter and hydrate. And then none of this has changed, y'all. This is just cuteness. I have this stuff in my stash, so I just cut it down. So the intention of this page, this is like a, I think I printed this, it's like a personal size yearly overview. I think it's a freebie from Plan with B. And my intention with this is to track my headaches and migraines, and then to track my workouts and like walking outside and stuff. I kind of like fell off after the first quarter, and haven't been updating this like I probably should have, but the data's in here, so it's just a matter of like determining, do I really want to go back and fill this in? We'll see. But I thought it would be cool to like see everything on a yearly glance, so it may be something I end up doing. This is my step tracker. This is where I write how many steps I get daily. I wear a Fitbit. I've had this Fitbit for probably going on 5 years, maybe 6. It's a Versa2 Lite. It's great. The only thing I ever have to replace is the bands. It does have a cracked screen, but that's fine too. But yes, I really like I like this Fitbit. And I do wear it on my dominant hand because I don't like to cover up my tattoo. I like my tattoo. And yeah, so I have it set in the app that I do wear it on my dominant hand. Some people don't like that. I don't, you know, whatever. But yeah, so my goal is 8 to 10,000 steps a day. I've done really good in June because we were traveling, and then I had like my hyperactive day. I need to write in my steps from yesterday. But yeah, that's my goal, 8 to 10,000 a day. And then when we get to my monthly page, this is where I track my workouts. I have some other like personal things I track on here. And I have like my own signifiers for those, and I just don't share them with the world. But this is where I write like any workout or intentional movement I do, whether that's walking outside, going to the gym, whatever. Sometimes like I'll play sports with my kiddos, that type of thing. So as you can see, I was very active in May, which makes me happy to look. This is like seeing it from this perspective. It's like, you know, if there's ever a time that I think I'm not doing enough, I'm like, girl, you worked out more days than you did in the month of May. And that's awesome, right? And so that's the perspective I want to have, is even if I'm not making it to the gym, I'm still going on walks. I'm still moving my body. I'm still doing things to take care of my health. And that's how I look at it. And then down here, I set up this tracker. I usually post a video of me setting up my trackers or my monthly in here. This is where I track my sleep, and my sleep is determined by my Fitbit. Usually it's like 4 to 8 hours is like kind of like my spectrum of sleeping hours. And I kind of, you know, I don't get as much sleep as I probably should, but whatever. And then I track my energy levels. And like I track it based off of high, medium, low. So high is like I'm hyperactive. As you can see, I had a couple hyperactive days, and usually when I'm hyperactive, I crash the next day. It's just a good time. But my baseline is medium. That's just where like I'm just functioning regularly as I normally do typically. And so that's kind of what I do there. And like I said, I have a video up where I track, or where I showed me setting that up. Okay, so for the most part this year, I've been so consistent in this, and I'm very proud of myself. This is the first time I've ever had a dedicated health and wellness planner, journal, whatever you want to call it. I don't plan anything in here, so I do consider it more to be like a journal or archival. I have made some changes like going into June, but that's cool. So basically what I do is, I split this in 3 columns. I track weather in this first column here. And then I also usually do a highlight where I kind of like rate my day on a scale of 1 to 5. 3 is like just kind of medium, like it was a pretty good day. 5 is like best day ever. 1 is worst day ever, right? And that's, you know, pretty much like my rating scale. It makes sense in my mind, and that's all that matters. In this middle part, I just write a synopsis about how I felt overall. And usually it's like geared towards anything that I may struggle with. Like if I struggle with like task avoidance or feeling anxious or whatever, I'll note that here. So just kind of like an overall synopsis of my mood and how I felt that day, like mentally, I guess, and emotionally. I use this column to note any physical ailments that I have, whether that be migraines, hot flashes, you know, any type of like joint pain, things like that. I usually draw this box in, and this is like what I consider my small wins or victories or gratitude. I consider those to be one and the same because I'm thankful for both. And I just kind of write something. It doesn't matter, like a flexible work schedule. I was happy to have a flexible work schedule that day for whatever happened. I guess because I got annoyed at work. Awesome coworkers. You know, time to relax. My girls, gym session. I got a PR that day, so I was proud of myself. And then I write, oh, I'm sorry. So anyway, yep, gratitude, small wins. And then I keep track of habits. My habits are things that I want to do most days. And these are things that support me in all aspects of my health, whether that be physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. So these are things that kind of, I guess, fill my cup or keep me healthy. And these are things that I keep track of. Any notes that I have. Hey, Maggie, you're so loud. Maggie comes in here. She's my sweet baby, my grumpy girl. Can you lay down? Can you lay down? And then I write any notes. So, I had like a dentist appointment that day. I had lots of hot flashes that week, and I had a better mindset, and was able to reframe like negative thoughts that came my way. Cause sometimes I can go like, if something happens, I can go catastrophic real quick. And so, building resilience, right? Like that is like the point of like mental health, because our problems are not going to go away, right? We just learn to cope with them in healthy ways. That is our goal, is that building capacity to do that and resilience. So anyway, and then I do like a overall like a rating of the week. So I just take the average here of the sum of all of these. And then I typically write in my highs and my lows. And so I'll flip through this. This week I did not complete. This was a very busy and chaotic week. I don't even remember everything that happened that week. I just know it was a lot. And it was busy. So I didn't complete this week. And that's okay too, right? Like if there's a week, they're not frequent, but if there is a week that I'm struggling to fill this out, that's okay. I just move on. I don't dwell on it. I just say, okay, I didn't complete this week, and I move on. The only thing I am intentional about doing is writing in my ailments, because I do see like a specialist for my migraines, and I don't want to like not keep track of those. Okay. Here's another week. I didn't note the weather. I just forgot, or it got ahead of me or behind me, whatever. I didn't write notes. I didn't take the sum. I didn't complete this page, but there is information there. That's a win. And I am using my fountain pens in here as well. I set this up in my, Plan with Me's every week as well. And then here's this week. And then this was the final week of May going into June. And yeah, so that is like how my May pages looked. This is my positivity page, where I look at this and it makes me happy because it has all the cute little Hello Kitty and Sanrio characters, and it has positive things. Do it for you, keep going, it's okay to feel your feelings, trust the process, I'm strong, all of these wonderful things that are, positive affirmations and affirming statements. Okay, so I was supposed to put my health goals here. My health goals are to eat well and nourish my body, and to be active and move my body so that I can be strong and healthy. And I am a juicy girl. I'm thick. And I'm okay with that because I'm healthy. I get around fine. I am, there are times I go through like where I'll go like a 6-week period in a calorie deficit, and then I'll go into a maintenance phase. I do try to monitor like my food intake, and that's just because I have a tendency to like binge and not be healthy. And so I want to make the best choices for myself and nourishing my body. So it's a mindset thing. I'm not dieting. Do you hear how I talk about my relationship with food? Because I'm healing it, right? And that's another thing I talk about, or that I, am really focusing on this year. So I guess that could be a health goal, is how I am healing my relationship with food, and not looking at food as an enemy or good or bad because it's an inanimate object. So how can you assign moral value to that? But really like focusing on nourishing my body, and things like that. Okay. So anyway, that's that. All right. So here's my tracker. I'm going to bring it up because the sun looks like it's trying to fade, but these are the things I track. Sometimes I fall off, like May, I didn't finish this out, and it's not a big deal. But I just note, like when I do gratitude, mental health journal, self-care, I monitor my doom scrolls. My doom scrolls are focusing on political things that, or anything like news-wise that can contribute to feeling out of control or feeling anxiety. If I spiral, so negative thought spiral, and then a negative thought pattern, typically is I'm like catastrophic or all or nothing. Task avoid, and then so those are like those things. And then I monitor if I've been task avoidant, if I was productive, if I was hyperactive, if I had a hyperfixation. Sometimes my hyperfixations are good and sometimes they're not good. impulsivity. And then these are like my other physical ailments: knee pain, sinus issues, if I took sinus meds, if I took my Nurtec, and if I took my Toradol, because I can only take, these are my rescue migraine meds. And here comes Chewy with the slapping of the food bowl. And I take Nurtec first and then Toradol. And I can only take 5 Toradol a month per my neurologist. So I keep track of that so I don't like over consume it. And then these are my medications I take, doctor visit logs. You know, if I do decide to go into therapy, I did leave a spot for it. I write notes about my health. Most of them have to deal with my migraines, honestly. And yeah, like in May, I woke up. Yeah, this was a bad day. I woke up with a bad migraine, nausea, and vomiting. Took a Nurtec first thing this morning, and it didn't help. Had to leave work early to take a Toradol. Slept for 4 hours. Felt groggy and having a hard time shaking it. Took another Toradol before bed. That was a bad day. I had to leave. Yeah, I was so sick. And I think, is that it? Yeah. I added a weight log here, but as y'all can see, I'm not tracking my weight. I also had left a spot for a self-care plan, and it's not happening. This was my pen test page, and I think that's it. I don't really use the My 100. I probably should, but I haven't. And these are all blank. And then I just have this tucked in here. This was in my personal rings, but this is like for when I'm trying to eat in a calorie deficit. Like eating 11 to 1,200 calories a day is not good for you. I think everyone is different. I'm going to say that. And so for me, this is what I need to be in a calorie deficit. This is like my daily protein goal, no matter what. This is my daily fiber goal. And then just some reminders. I just have this tucked in here so I can reference it. But yeah, that is it, guys. Those are my 2 Hobonichi Weeks planners as of yet. And I've, you know, for the most part, I will say I've been quite consistent in them. And I'm really enjoying having the health and wellness planner. Like I said, that's something new that I started using this year. And I'm really glad I implemented it. And I'm going to continue to use it moving forward. Even if it's not in a Hobonichi Weeks, it'll be in something. And, you know, so I'm cool with that. But anyway, okay, thank you guys for joining me. Please let me know. And I know this one was really chatty and I went into a lot of detail. But I noticed I get a lot of comments about my health planner. And it seems like there are other people who like watch videos and like really are like wanting to like track their health stuff too. And that's just kind of why I went into you know, my reasoning behind a lot of things. So I hope that was helpful, or at least, if nothing else, informative to you guys. And yeah, so I'll see you guys in my next video. I hope you guys all have a fabulous day. Bye, friends.